Hi all. May have not heard from me for a few weeks, or about a week or so. Just thought I'd do a quick video just to let you know what's been going on and how I've been. So today I've been to the Curve in Manchester. For those of you who don't know, the Curve is part of Manchester's mental health, and I've been doing a course about dual diagnoses and living with dual diagnoses. So it's been a productive course, it's been quite good. I found out a lot of new things, met new people, learned some stuff that I've suspected, learned some stuff that I've already known. But yeah, no, it's been a good day, it's been a good course. I've enjoyed myself. I've got a lot of information from it that I can use and can help me in the future. Now, for those who don't know what dual diagnosis is, dual diagnosis is to be diagnosed with a mental health illness as well as a secondary substance abuse or something like that. So you can have one and the other, you can have both together, and the effects it can have is quite interesting to say the least. As you can imagine, one will contradict the other. So if you tell someone that you're an alcoholic and you've got mental health problems, are they going to question what's related? What caused mental health problems? Is it the alcohol or is it mental health issues? So like I said, it's been good to see it from all perspectives, from officials and from a gentleman that I met today who was a sufferer. So yeah, I've enjoyed that. I've had a few bad times over the past few weeks. I've been a bit down, been struggling to cope, been struggling to understand, been struggling to get on with general day-to-day things. I've been hypervigilant a lot. I've been up and down when it comes to mental abilities. I've been going vacant, going quiet. My medication's on par. I'm still taking medication every day. I'm still taking a promazine when needed. I still can't explain it. It's just been happening, as it does. So yeah, so that's been going on. Getting there, so luckily people are actually sticking by me still and not running away like you'd expect them to, or like I expect them to. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm the first to have the fears of people walking out my life, disappearing, running away. I'm the first to have fears of people judging me, being judgmental, calling me, except, you know, just stuff. And there's a reason behind this. There always is. Like I said, we can blame it on bad childhood, we can blame it on experiences after childhood, we can blame it on medication, we can blame it on condition. You can blame it on anything you want, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now, one thing I have done for a long while is shut people out of my life. Shut family out, shut friends out, don't get too close, don't socialise too much, don't make too much contact, disappear and hide. Because I don't want to get hurt, I don't want to get in a bad place, I don't want to end up unwell. But sometimes it is a bad thing because they can help me. It just depends who they are. So let's say, for instance, you've got two aspects. You've got friends, you've got family. You've got people that you call family who are good friends. Now my family, my main family consists of my 3 girls and my partner. That's my constituent family. We then have my father and my mother. We then have the siblings, and have the cousins and the cousins and the cousins and the cousins and the uncles and the cousins. But my main one to speak to are my father and sometimes my mother. I went to a confirmation on Sunday. I went to a confirmation at a church in Withenshaw, which my mother's confirmation. My mother was getting confirmed into the church. She's starting to have a big partake into the church, she's starting to get involved in there, she wanted to confirm him. So I went along there for my mum, no one else, just my mum. And it was going well, it was okay. We'd got there early, we'd sat down, I'd said hello to the people that I know, some I don't know, and the service started. Just as the service started, one family member comes clattering in, banging, making noise. You know the type. Anyway, so yes, so said family member, from as soon as walking in, this family member unfortunately is a very jealous person. Now, whether this is to do with mental health, whether this is to do with her personality, whether this is to do with her being a golden child all the way through upbringing, who knows? Because that's what she was. You know, she's the one that got protected, got everything she wanted, got taken everywhere, got to do everything, whilst the rest of us were being abused and battered or sent off with paedophiles. So, yes, it's probably just a byproxy of that. Hey, I'm not a psychiatrist, so I'm not here to speculate. But anyway, so as they come in, like I said, at the other end, not bothering me, not talking to me, I'm happy with this. Just as we get into the service, the family member's daughter gets up to do a reading at this service. Now, we didn't know this, but she gets up to do a reading. She then, now this could be something to do with the fact that my sister likes to stick her nose into everyone's business and upset everyone. Because that's something she likes to do. She likes to stick her nose in, get involved and run a gob. Anyway, so like I said, my niece gets up to do a reading. She's up there, then after it she sits down next to my mother, who's sat in front of us, turns to both my daughters and gives them one hell of a look. As you can imagine, my daughters are getting upset, my partner's getting upset, me, I'm like, don't worry, we'll sort it. I'm calm and collective, I sort things in my own time, I address things in my own nature. But yeah, as you can imagine, they're getting frustrated. A bit further into it, when we're all saying hello to each other and giving the handshake that you do, my partner goes up to the toilet with my daughter. My daughter then asks my partner, why weren't we allowed to read? My niece pipes up and says, because we're closer family, you're not close enough, you're not really family. Wow, my daughter got really upset. This and as is my partner. My partner was fuming, my daughter was crying. Yeah. So, it left, once again I said leave it, I'll sort it. And it carried on, she's there, just getting upset. Service carries on, comes to an end. As the service comes to an end, we all go to the back. For all of those who know how church works, you get tea and biscuits. Or tea and cake or something along them lines, because someone would have brought them in. So there's a stall of cakes, we're all getting a drink. My niece and her friends are all sat around munching on cake. My daughter goes to get a piece. My niece turns around and says, you're not allowed this yet, you can't have this. So my daughter comes to me and tells me, says, why are they eating cake and I'm not allowed? And I just got sent away. My partner takes my daughter, goes straight in, grabs some cake, and then carries on. Oh, my niece did not like this. She splattered dummy out of the plan. She went for a hot cake and then legged it out of the church, kicking off a fuss. Safe to say, throughout the service, throughout the rest of it, my daughters and my partner were made to feel like they weren't welcome there. Me, I'm blasé to it, I don't care. You can make me feel whatever you want, it don't affect me, it don't bother me. I will still carry on as normal. But yeah, my partner and my daughters felt really uncomfortable, felt like they weren't being there. Now my quandary is it better off for me to get rid of this family and put them out of my life? Because I think they're causing me more harm than good. This is the same sister who, whilst I was sat in a car with my father taking him home, decided to ring him. And because she was getting jealous because my father was with me, but she didn't know he was with me, she thought I was somewhere else. She turns to my father and says, don't forget, he's the one that was slagging you off, he's the one that was calling you names, he's the one that was saying this, saying that about you. My father knew exactly what I was saying about him because they told me that's what he was saying, that's who he was and that's what he'd done. So I reacted in regards to what I'd been told by my family. So he sat in the car, he's telling my sister to shut up. He didn't tell her that I was in the car next to him. And she carries on slandering. So it begs to ask, if that's what she does on a phone call, what's she doing throughout the rest of the time? What's she doing with the rest of the family? Is she doing this to everyone to try and alienate me out of the family, which is something they've all done? I was alienated off my father because they've all been in touch with my father for the last 10 years. I've only got to know him about a year and a half now. Because I've been told he was such a bad person, he'd done this, he'd done that. My last memory of him was him punching a window. And I also remember raising his voice and raising his hand. So that's my memories of my father. Turns out a lot of this was meant to add another story to it. But no one decided to distill me on that. No one decided to say who he was or how different it was or how that wasn't him in the first place or how much he'd been looking out for me and looking for me. No, they just hid it, and my sister used that as a tool for herself in her own game. None of them wanted to tell me what was going on. None of them wanted to inform me of that he wanted to see me and wanted to speak to me. So, yeah, that's how they've been. And then, like I said, for her to do stuff like that, it begs the question, what's she doing to her own close friends? You know, I know for a fact this same girl has reported her own friend to social services, despite her own feelings, despite the things that she's doing. I know full well that this same person won't think twice about reporting anyone else to social services. So I was stuck in the quandary of, do I keep the family close or do I kick it away? Because they're not doing out for me, they don't care about me. It's all selfish, it's all them. But yeah, so anyway, that's my gripe about that. That's obviously something that I've got to deal with my own, and I know this. It's not something that can happen, but I know if she watches the video, she's going to spit a dummy out and call Daddy and complain to Daddy that Stephen's been nasty and evil. Because that's what she does. And yeah, I'm aware this sounds a bit childish and petty. I'm aware there could be more to this. I'm aware of everything like that. But it's me being me, it's me voicing my opinion. That's what this vlog's about. So, yeah, I sat there when I first started the vlog and I said, I'm not going to hold back. I am not going to hold back any punches. I am not going to not say something that feels upsetting someone. But that's what I've done. I've kept quiet. I've not said stuff. I've not spoken to people. I've not said the things I could say and should say because I feel upsetting people. I don't care anymore. If they want to be upset with me, they can be upset with me. If they want to walk away from me, they can walk away from me. It just goes to show who they are. Because I'm not holding punches back anymore. I've got a lot going on. I've got a lot that's coming through my mind. And I've got a lot that I've got to carry on with. I'm working really hard putting myself through courses to find out new things about mental health, to find out where feelings are, where the thoughts are. I'm putting myself through sessions that are keen to my heart. It's like sitting there today and I'm talking to someone, finding out he's been through a similar childhood as myself. Only his was a bit worse. I wasn't going to sit there and compare. I didn't even tell him about my childhood much. I just listened to his story. Because I know no matter what happened, a lot happened to me. A lot happened to me throughout my life. But there's always someone worse off than me. And I accept that. So rather than griping about it, rather than bitching about it and saying my life's never going to get any better, I'm working my ass off. I'm getting myself right. I'm doing self-therapy purely so I can carry on my life and live my life and help others at the same time. My stories, I say stories, my facts can do a lot for others, and I will be doing a lot for others, and I will be helping others. There's no doubt about that. I am not holding back anymore. I've got court cases going on, I've got all sorts happening in the background. I can't get any help or therapy because of the court cases. I spoke about being abandoned the other day by works and everyone else, and then 2 days later my work got in touch with me. Yeah, the new manager I met is happy. He's a good lad, gentle. I got to see some of my old friends at work. I got to have a chat and catch up with them. Unfortunately some weren't there. But yeah, but I don't like being in that position in the first place. I don't like being dumped in that place. So I'm working it to myself. I'm doing this for myself, and eventually I will be there to help others. So anyway, yeah, I'm sorry I've griped on. I'm sorry I've just gone chatting away and just talking rubbish. I'm sorry I've been just having a moan and a groan. Don't worry, some future videos will be upgraded and we'll be happier. But thank you very much for listening, and see you soon. Take care.